Assalamualaikum, my name is Muhammad Nazrul Aiman bin Alias and my metric number is 01 DKM 22F1043. And today, my group will discuss about vector and scalar. Definition of vector and scalar. A vector quantity is a physical quantity that has both magnitude and direction. It can be 1, 2 or 3 dimension. Such example is displacement, velocity and force. Scalar is a physical quantity that has magnitude only, has only one dimension. Such as example is speed, length and area. Vectors have many real-life applications, including situations involving force or velocity. For example, consider the force acting on the boat crossing a river. The boat's motor generates a force in one direction, and the current of the river generates a force in another direction. This vector is very important in real life because for calculating every vectorical unit, we need a vector. For example, in a moving car, the tire has mass. It has also initial and final velocity, acceleration and gravitational reaction, friction force, and due to rotation it has torque. For getting the result, we need vector. Vector is also be used to the aeroplane. In terms of crosswind, a crosswind is any wind that has a perpendicular component to the line or direction of travel. When plane come to land, sometimes it face difficulties for crosswind. A pilot can find out the resultant velocity and direction with help of vector.
Here is our one of the biggest building in the world, but in vector methods. So question A is express the following vectors in terms of U and B. The vectors is NB and NA. The solution is quite simple. So for the first question is vector CB equals to Cn vector Cn plus vectors NB. And vectors NB is equal to vector CB minus vector Cn equals to 4 Cn minus vector Cn equals to 3 vector Cn equals to 3u. For the second question, vectors NA is equals to vectors NB plus vectors BA and equals to 3u plus 2b. For the question B, we have to prove that vector CS is equal to 2 per 5 times 4u plus v. So, vector CS is equal to vector Cn plus vectors Nx equals to vector Cn plus 1 per 5 vectors Na. And it will be u plus 1 per 5 times 3u plus 2v. To simplify, 8 per 5u plus 2 per 5v, and the answer is 2 per 5 times 4u plus v. For part C, we have two questions, that is CS per cm and area of ACS per area ACM. For the first question, vector Cm equals vector Cb plus vector Cbm is equal to 4u plus v. So, vector Cs is equal to 2 per 5 vector Cm, and that is Cs per Cm is equal to 2 per 5. For the second question, height of ACS equals to height of ACM, that is h. So 1 per 2 times CS times h per 1 per 2 times cm times h is equals to 2 per 5. Quite simple.
As for the conclusion, vector and scalar are important in many fields of math and science. Vector can be defined in 2-dimensional or 3-dimensional space. Vector graphics are sometimes used in computer because they can be scaled to a larger size without losing any image quality. Besides that, vectors are used in engineering mechanics to represent quantities that have both a magnitude and a direction. Many engineering quantities such as force, displacement, velocity and acceleration will need to be represented as vector for analysis to also help us in solving hard times and make things become successful to achieve.